Buskers being banned from London's Leicester Square. Unbelievable.
Nigel Cecil, calling things out.
Hello, Jacobati's. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Nigel Cecil, as always, with my very good friend Hilary, and like many of you, our fair-minded and equitable friends who've already been in touch following the newspaper headlines yesterday that really did set us back a little bit, proclaiming that buskers have been banned from London's Leicester Square. A judge responding to an action brought by Global Radio said that buskers were psychological torture. Now, we've not been to Leicester Square for some years. It's not all that long ago, but we thought doing this video in response to what you've said may just helpfully prompt some discussion. What is a busker, and how can a busker possibly be psychological torture? I mean, back in the day, along with our friends when we were in London, we used to go to Leicester Square in the 60s. There were coffee shops nearby. It was a case of take along the guitars, have a little bit of a sing-song, and, well, you get a few quid in the cap, and you could go along and buy yourself a coffee. It was wonderful fun. You got to know everyone. So the idea that torture, nobody could hear you unless they were just passing closely by. And indeed, what power supplies to drive anything, even on stage? The best thing you could hope for was a Rolls Royce of amplifiers, the Vox AC30 Super Twin. So it was great fun. Now what has changed? How can it become psychological torture? What is a busker? And what is a street entertainer? And has it now developed in a way? Well, the other day, as yesterday, wasn't it, Hilary, indeed? You popped along to a town on the northwest coast of England, Cleveland. And there they have buskers all the time. There's plenty of them in the town centre. And they are part of the community, part of the culture. So let's just have a look, set the scene. And as an insert, we'll have Louise, shall we? Yes, have Louise chatting about it. We can't play all the music, of course, because of copyright issues, but you'll get the idea. Let's go to Cleveland's town centre and Louise.
We've got a rabbit coming out shortly. I've got one and
Whoa!
yeah, so it could be rabbit. Yeah, so it could be
Yeah, so I did a little bit of busking back in Worthing a few years ago, and I really loved it, and everyone in the community enjoyed it. But then I didn't do any for a while, and then I was in two big musicals at the Grand Theatre here last year. I was in Footloose and Willy Wonka, and in those two musicals I had to learn all my songs, so it gave me the confidence to learn all my songs and to come out busking. And a lot of the reasons I want to be out on the street is to build community, eradicate loneliness. People just have fun, it puts smiles on people's faces. There's a lot of messages coming through a lot of my songs for people, and I just like to bring the joy and love out onto the street so that everyone can enjoy it, not just the elite few with money to pay to go into venues.
Louise, how would you get on with the traders?
Yeah, so usually if I'm going to busk somewhere, I'll try and go in and speak to them and say, would it be okay? I'm only going to be an hour. At the moment, I've only got about an hour's worth of material anyway, so I normally ask them, and I say it'll probably help to attract people over to their business as well, and I won't have it too loud either, so...
Louise there having fun, and occasionally there's a crowd around, you just don't know. It just happens as the community passes. And of course, when you look at all the social media nowadays, some of the ones that get the most views have the least audiences. Busking back to its roots, and Hilary took the camera and went inside one of the nearby stores to check on the volume that couldn't be heard. taking busking back to its roots, because clearly Louise's little amplifier, along with her voice, was loud enough to attract the shoppers as they were passing by. Some tarried, some sat down, some had a little jig, and others put some money in the cap. All very welcome. But where does this apply now to London's Leicester Square? Things have changed so much since the 60s. Everything's got louder and louder. And there are those who think, well, when we're busking, are we really busking? Or are we street entertainers now, wanting a bigger and bigger audience, cranking up the amplification, thinking if we get a bigger audience, we're going to get more money? But of course, those who've honed their skills professionally elsewhere, when they come to Leicester Square, they don't need to learn their skills, they know them. They know that the larger the audience doesn't mean the more money you're going to get, because invariably it's those at the front who will give you the money. There are associations, street performers associations, Equity, the trade union for professional actors, variety entertainers and other creatives across the United Kingdom, and the Musicians' Union, who together are a wealth of experience, knowing how you need to cooperate with office workers in the area, the traders, the shopkeepers in the area, so that together it's a symbiotic relationship where the whole atmosphere comes together to help each other. It's what tourism really is all about, because hospitality to all the bars in the area, well, they need that footfall, those people who are coming to enjoy the atmosphere. But forget the office workers, then you're on a hiding to nothing. So maybe Westminster City Council, in issuing the licenses, number one, we're looking for entertainment on the cheap. No, I shouldn't say that, should I, Hilary? I do apologise, but these thoughts do go through our mind. But are they really taking on the responsibility of consulting with everyone else? Because once you issue that license, you just can't say, well, it's someone else's responsibility now. No, you've issued the license. You should have already been interacting with the office workers, the shopkeepers, and checking with everyone else, discussing things with the street performers associations, the Musicians' Union, Equity. So there is a discussion to be had, and there is a way forward for making sure that no judge in the future will actually say that buskers are psychological torture, taking busking back to its roots. Well, those are the thoughts of our fair-minded and equitable friends and busking, the way it's changed. What do you think? Please get in touch and let us know, because we really are convinced that that entertainment in Leicester Square, the opportunity for new talent to try and communicate with an audience, is so good, but not at the expense of inconveniencing everyone else. There is a way forward by taking busking back to its roots. So until the next time, as we always say, good art, good work, and in showbiz, better keep your fingers crossed, because together, professional solidarity back to its roots. Brilliant. Well, of course, it's a little bit windy, so go on. I dare you to take that hand off the hat. Please hit the subscribe button and join us again, because together every viewer helps. Thank you.